everyone. As you know that your second term has been started. So today we will start lesson number 15, life process in living organism of science 2. Okay. Here the subtopics are transportation in plants, excretions, plants, animals and humans, and coordinations, plants and humans. See, so first that is the can you recall. So here the question is given, how do the digestive system and respiratory system work? You know, here in the digestive system, the complex food converted into simple food, and then it is these nutrients, then it is absorbed by the blood, and then it is supplied to all the different parts of our body. Okay. Then in the respiratory system also, see, that is here the oxygen. See here, oxygen, it is inhaled by the lungs, and then it is transported to every cells of the human body with the help of the blood. Understood? Now see, next is, so here the same thing I have told you, that is how the digestive food or the oxygen which is inhaled by the lungs, how it is transported to the different parts of the body, okay, in the human body. And for example, you know the farmer, okay, that farmer, they transport the water from wells or the dams through the main channels to every plant. Okay, to every plant, how they supplies the water, that is with the help of the channels. Okay. Now similarly, the food, whatever the food, it is absorbed by the digestive system, that is in what it is converted, that is energy. Understood? And this energy and oxygen are then it is transported through blood to our body. Understood everyone? Now see, next part is the transportation. Now here what do you mean by transportation? Here, by the process of this transportation, a substance either synthesized, okay, either synthesized or it is absorbed in one part of the body, and then it is reaches to the another part of the body. Am I clear everyone? So this is this process, that is substance either it is synthesized, either it is prepared, and then it is absorbed in one part of the body, and then it is supplied to different parts of the body. So this process, it is called as the transportation. Am I clear? Now see, transportation in plant. Now how the transportation? See here, why do we eat fruits and vegetables? Do the plant also need minerals like we do? Why we do eat? Why we eat fruits and vegetables? To get the energy, okay, to get the nutrients. So for doing the work, why we eat the food? To get the energy, so that we can do our work. So in the same way, the plants also requires the energy, that is it also requires the minerals. Okay. From where do the plants get inorganic substance other than carbon dioxide and oxygen? You know it very well, that is the plants, it grows in the soil, so it gets all the inorganic substance through the soil. Am I clear? Now see, you know it very well, that is animals. Okay, animals, it move from one place to another, but plants can move? No, plants cannot move. It stands in its own place, okay, in one of the place. Now here, you know that is there are many dead cells in the plant body. So these plants, they require less energy as compared to the animals. Followed it? Now the plants, I have already told you, that is the plants, they need the inorganic substance. What are the inorganic substance? That is nitrogen, phosphorus, magnesium, manganese, sodium, etc. And all these minerals, inorganic substances, they get it through the soil. Followed it? Now see, the root, now how it is absorbed, that is the roots of the plant. Okay, the roots of the plant, it absorbs all these substances from the soil, and then it is transported to the plants. Okay, now there are specific, now how it is transported in the plants. So there are specific type of the tissues are present. Now what are the tissues? That is the xylem. That xylem, it conducts the water, whereas the phloem, it conducts the food to the different parts of the body. And how it is transported, this water and the food, that is here in the plants, there are many conducting tissues, and these conducting tissues, they are connected to each other. Understood? See here, use your brain power, which type of plant tissues are xylem and phloem. So just now I have told you that is xylem, it conducts the water, while phloem, it conducts the food. Okay. Now see, next is the transportation of water in plants. Now how the transportation takes place in the plants, that is shown with the help of this experiment, root pressure. Understood? So here you have what you have to do, you have to take a plants like balsam or the tuberose, okay, then clean with the root, and then clean this root and put it in a beaker containing the water. Put it into in the water a stain, that is the eosin solution, okay, and observe it, the root, the stem and the leaves. Observe, keep observation on the stem and the veins, see, and stem and the veins of the leaves after 2-3 hours. Okay, then after 2-3 hours, what changes you will see in the stem and the leaves of the plant. Okay, so see here what is given here, veins turn red, means the leaves, you will see the leaves, it is instead of the green color, it converts into the red color. Followed it? And the stem, in the stem also you will see the changes, that the red color red color stem you will see here. Understood? Now see, now how this process occur, how by the stem and the leaves, okay, it changes its color. Okay, so how it absorb, so that is we will see here, that is in this case, see, when you will take the transverse section of the stem, okay, means cut the stem, okay, slice of a stem, and then observe that, observe it under the compound microscope. Okay, so what you know, the water it is carried by whom? Xylem. So you will see the xylem. Okay, in this case what happens here, you know, the root cells where it is present, that is the root, it is present in the soil. So from the soil it absorbs the water and the minerals, and then what happens, this the water and the mineral, it passes through the cell in the upward direction. So whenever this water it is passes, okay, then that cell it becomes turgid. Okay, it becomes turgid, therefore what happened here, pressure is created. This, in order to decrease its concentration, okay, to decrease the concentration, it will create pressure on the adjacent cell. Where it will create a pressure, it will create a pressure on the adjacent cell, and thus the concentration of the cell decreases. Okay, in this way the water it is transported in the upward direction and reaches to the xylem. Okay, where it reaches to the xylem. So this is called as the root pressure. What it is called as? Root pressure. So in this way the water and the mineral, okay, due to the effect of this root pressure, water and minerals, it reaches the xylem of the roots, and to reduce these differences in concentration and their continuous pushed forward, means what happen, in order to decrease this concentration of the cell, what this process goes on continue. Understood? This process it goes on continue, and thus the water and the minerals it is pushed in the forward direction. Followed it, everyone? So as a result what happened, continuous movement occur and a water column is formed which is continuously pushed ahead. Means in this way a water column is formed in this cell. Am I clear? So now this pressure what happened, it is sufficient to lift the water up only in the case of the shrubs, small plants and the small trees. Am I clear, everyone? This pressure, that is the pressure directly from the soil, it is sufficient with the help of the xylem, it is sufficient only in the small plants like shrubs, small plants and small trees. Am I clear? Now see, next one is the transpiration spool. Now what is this transpiration? Now here we have already see here it is activity, it is given in the 9th standard, you have seen it. Now we will see that is what is that activity, that is branches, it is covered in a plastic bag. Okay, so what did you absorb in that activity? Okay, means you will see that the water, that is water, it is evaporated. You will see the droplets of water in the plastic bag. Okay, how that water it has come. So see, so because here also what happened, the plants it gives out water. Why you will see the water, the droplets of water in the bag? That is because the plants it gives out the water in the form of vapor. Okay, and how it is released? That is released through the stomata. through the stomata on their leaves. Where the stomata are present, that is, it is present on the leaves. Okay, on the leaves, a small opening are available, that is called as the guard cells. Okay, so the guard cells, it helps to close and open the stomata. Okay, that small opening, it is called as the stomata. Followed it? So these cells controls the opening and closing, means the guard cells. The guard cells, it controls the opening and closing of the stomata. Here transpirations occur. Okay, so what is the work of this? That is, this transpiration occurs only because of the stomata. Water is released into the atmosphere by the leaves through the process of evaporation. And since here opening is there, stomata is there, and therefore water, it is released in the form of the water vapor from the leaves into the atmosphere. Okay, so this process is called as the evaporation. As a result, what happened? The water level in the epidermal layer of the leaf decreases, because water it is releasing due to the evaporation. What happened? The water it is releasing in the atmosphere, so the level of the water it is decreases in the leaves. Okay, so how it will get it back? So that lost water, it is again supplied by the leaves, that is by the xylem. Understood? See, transpiration help in absorption. See, water is brought to the leaves through the xylem. Okay, so as to compensate for the lost water, means whatever the water it is lost through the stomata, so that in order to compensate it, the xylem brings that water. Okay, it is transported, that is transpiration, it is done by the xylem. Okay, now see, transpiration helps in absorption of water and mineral and distribution to all the parts of the plant. Okay, what is the work of this transpiration? That it is absorbs the water and mineral, and then it is supplied to the different parts of the plant. And what is the work of the root? Root, it creates a pressure, because what happened, this root it is present in the soil, and therefore it creates a pressure to perform the important role of pushing the water up during the night time. Understood what happened here? That is, the root it pushed the pressure, that is, root it creates a pressure on the water, and it pushed the water up to the plant during the night time. We will see transportation of food and other substances in plants. Okay, now here how the transportation takes place. So here you know the food it is produced by whom? That is the leaves. Okay, the food it is prepared in leaves, and then it is transported to each cells in the plant body. Okay, first the food it is prepared in the leaves, and then it is transported to different parts, to the cells of the different plants, different parts of the plant body. Okay, now excess food, whatever the excess food except amino acid. Okay, excess of amount of food except amino acid, that is stored in the root stem. See, excess amount of food it is stored in roots, fruits and seeds. Okay, so this process what it is called as translocation. Followed it? Here amino acid is not stored. Remember this point. Okay, so this process is called as the translocation of material. Now this it is carried, this translocation, that is the food. Okay, it is carried in both the, that is in the upward direction as well as the downward direction by the phloem. Who carried this food? That is the phloem. Okay, phloem, it is a cell which is present in the plants. So it carries the food, okay, to the different parts of the body, in the upward also and in the downward direction also. Okay, so translocation of a material is not a simple physical process. It requires energy. This energy is obtained from ATP. Means whatever this translocation process is done, okay, that is material it is translocated. So this is not a simple physical process. Means it cannot be, this work cannot be done on its own, but it requires the energy, and that energy it is obtained from whom? That is the ATP. Okay, now see, now whenever the food material, okay, food material, what is that food material? Like sucrose, it is transported towards the parts of the plant via through the phloem with the help of the ATP. Okay, food material, what is that food material? Sucrose. So this sucrose, what happened? It is transported, it is supplied to the different parts of the plant, and through whom? That is the who supplied it, that is the phloem it is supplied, and with the help of whom, from where it gets the energy, that is the ATP. Understood? So in this case, the water concentration decreases, because what happened? Now phloem it is supplying the food, and therefore what happened? The water concentration, it decreases in that part. Okay, wherever the food is supplied, at that place the water concentration decreases. As a result, what happened? That is, the water enters the cell by the process of diffusion. Means what happened? This water, it passes into the another cell. Okay, that is called as the by the process of diffusion. Now because of this diffusion, what happened? The pressure on the cell wall increases. Okay, the pressure on the cell wall increases due to increase in the cellular contents. What happened? Because in the cellular contents, that is the food is stored, and because of that, this food, that is the phloem, it creates a pressure on the cell wall. Why it creates a pressure on the cell wall? Because it contains the food. Understood? So due to increased pressure, this food, it is pushed in the neighboring cell. And what happened? Because see, the pressure increases, the pressure on the cell wall increases due to food, okay, of the phloem, and therefore it increases the that is the food, it is pushed in the neighboring cells. Okay, whereas the pressure is low, means wherever the pressure is less, at that time, in that cell, the food is pushed. Okay, so the process helps the phloem to transport the material as per the need of the plant. Means whatever the food it is required by the plant, according to that the food it is transported. Okay, now during flowering season, what happened? The sugar, it is stored in the root or stem. Okay, and then it is transported towards the floral buds to make them open and blossom. So this point is important, that is during the flowering season. Okay, in order to for the blossom of the flower, the sugar, where it is stored? That is in the roots or the stems, and then it is transported to the floral buds. Am I clear, everyone, how this work is done? Okay, now see, next is the excretion. Okay, so here in this case, see, think about it given, that is at least a small quantity of garbage or waste it is produced every day in each house. Okay, you know it very well that every day a garbage is produced in our house, that is the waste material. So what will happen if you keep this garbage for many days in your house? So what will happen? Okay, you know, that is it will get decay. Okay, the garbage will decay and it will create a serious problem. Understood? Similarly, see here in the same thing, that is about the human beings also, that is many harmful and waste substance, okay, in our body too, when the digestion of food occurs. So many waste materials are also stored in our body. For example, waste substances like urea, uric acid, ammonia, etc. These are produced in the living organism. So if these substances accumulate in the body or it retain in the body for a long time, then it lead a serious or harmful effect, or even the person can die. Okay, and for this purpose it is very important that these waste materials should be removed from the body. Okay, now different organisms, okay, they have the different method for doing this, means how to throw the waste material from the body. Then removal of waste or the harmful substance from the body is called as the excretion. Means whatever the harmful substance it is removed from our body, that process it is called as the excretion. Followed it? In unicellular organism, what happened? The material are directly eliminated across the cell. Okay, means directly it is thrown out of the cells and across the surface, whereas the process of excretion in multicellular organism is complex. Unicellular organism means it is made up of single cell, and therefore it is very easy for them for the excretion, that is directly it is eliminated from their body. But in the case of the multicellular organism, this excretion process it is complex. Understood? So now this part, see, always remember, it is I have put the cross mark, means it is reduced from your syllabus. Okay, Now see excretion in plants. Okay, how the excretion takes place in plant. So see here, that is, can you tell? So here question is given, why does this happen? So here see 3 questions it is given, 3 points are given. That is, leaves of plants fall off in a particular season. Okay, second point, fruits, flowers fall off after a certain period of time. And third point, that is, substances like resins, gums, etc. are given out of the plant body. Okay, so why it is happen? So this answer it is given in this paragraph. See here, first of all, that is excretion. Okay, this whatever the cases here occur, that is nothing but it is a excretion. So this excretion in the plants. Okay, so this excretion in the plant, it is a simple process. Okay, as compared to the animals that you have already studied. And in the plants, what happened, there is no special organs or the systems for the excretion in the plant. So here gaseous substances are given out by diffusion. Understood? Since there is no, see here, whatever it is the process occur, this is, that is called as the excretion in the plants. Okay, then since there is no special organs in the plants for the excretion, for that purpose the gaseous substance, what happen, it is given out by diffusion. Then most of the waste substance of the plant, where it is stored, that it is stored in the vacuoles of leaf cells and in the flowers, fruits and the bark of the stems. Okay, so after some time what happened, these, since because it contains the waste material, and therefore after some time it falls. Okay, these parts it falls off. Followed it? Some other waste materials, that is stored in the old and worn xylem in the form of resins and the gum. Understood? The xylem which is not working, okay, that is the dead cell. So in that what happened, some waste materials are stored in the form of resins and the gum. So some waste material are also given out through the roots into the surrounding cell. Followed it? Some waste material, what happened, it is stored in the xylem, some waste material is stored in the roots. Okay, and from the roots what happened, that waste material it is given out in the into the surrounding soil, because the plant it is in the soil. Okay, now see, observe and find out. Now here you know, so that is the elephant food. Elephant's food आपको मालूम होगा, सूरन जिसको बोलते हैं, that is called as the elephant's food. So when your mother, she is cutting it, so sometime what happen, itching occurs in her hand. So what she applies? Okay, so in this case the oil is applied to avoid the itching. Or the arum leaves are also present, that is arum leaves that also creates a itching. Okay, now see next part, that is, in some plant what happen, waste material is present in the form of the crystals of calcium oxalate. Understood? In some plants what happen, these crystals of calcium oxalate, this waste material is formed, and therefore they are also called as the raphides. Followed it? And how is this raphides? So it is a needle shaped, okay, needle like shape, and they prickle, means how the needle it pricks. The same way this needle shaped raphides is also prickles and causes irritations of the skin. Okay, it causes irritation on the skin. Followed it? Now see, some waste material, this in the exam the question will ask, okay, that is what are the right that is waste material. Okay, give some example of the waste materials of the plant. Okay, so they may also ask, that is, what is raphides. Okay, that you have to tell, that is, it is a crystals of calcium oxalate. Understood? How is the structure? Yeah. Okay, then how it how it causes, that is, what is the effect, on the skin. So these answers you can get it from here. Followed it? So see here now, some waste materials of plants are useful to humans. For example, gum, resin, latex of rubber, etc. So these are the useful materials for the human being. So these also the question can be asked, that which write some waste materials of the plant which is useful to the human. Okay, so you can write these examples. Okay, now see, next is the, can you tell which waste material are produced in our body through metabolic activities? Okay, now for the human being, So which waste material is produced? That is the toxic substance such as ammonia, urea, uric acid, creatine, etc. It is produced in the human body through the metabolic activities. How does the process of excretion takes place in humans? So here you can see that is the human excretory system consists of a pair of kidney. Means here excretion takes place by the kidney. And what happened here? A pair of ureters, the urinary bladder and the urethra. Urine it is formed by the kidneys by separating the waste and unwanted excess substances from the blood. Okay, in this way the excretion takes place in the humans. In detail we will study here. Okay, how the excretion takes place through the kidney. Okay, now see here. Now there are different organ system in the human body to bring about the different life processes that we have already studied, that is the digestive system, respiratory system, circulatory system. So in this way here it is given the digestive system for digestion of the food, respiratory system for respiration, okay, so etc. So the process of digestion, what is the process of digestion? That is, it produces the energy. Understood? Why here the digestion? That is because of the digestion the energy production occurs. Is an important process of our body. Now various waste materials are formed during this process. Means it produces the energy, but another waste material is also formed, and this removal of waste material from the body, that is also very important factor, and therefore it is called as the excretory system, and it is carried out this function. Means this digestion of the food, that is the metabolic activities, it is carried out by the excretory system. Okay, now how this function is carried out? So I have already told you that is these functions, that is excretory system, it consists of a pair of kidney, a pair of ureters, a urinary bladder and a urethra. Okay, and then whatever the urine it is formed by the kidney, the urine is formed by the kidney by separating the waste and unwanted excess substance from the blood. Okay, means whatever the waste or the unwanted excess substance, how it is separated? That is, it is separated from the blood. Okay, excretory system and kidney. So here you can see this is the structure. Here this is the kidney, a pair of kidney you can see, that is here. It is a bean shaped. Okay, and where it is located, this kidney, that is on the either side of the vertebral column. Okay, this a vertebral column, and where it is located, that is the posterior side of the abdomen. Now what is the work of these two kidney? Okay, so this here it is doing the function of filtration, and that is called as the nephron. See, this is the structure of the nephron. Here the filtration work is done. Now how this filtration work is done? So this each nephron it is having a cup like structure. Okay, it is a cup like structure, thin walled upper part. Okay, so this upper part, it is thin walled, that is called as the Bowman's capsule. Okay, now see this, in this Bowman's capsule there is a network of capillaries in it, that is called as the glomerulus. See here, what happened here? Capillaries are present. Okay, network of capillaries are present, that is called as the glomerulus. Now whatever the urea it is produced in the liver, that comes into the blood. Understood? Whatever the urea it is present in the liver, okay, that from the liver where it comes into the blood, and when the urea containing blood comes into the glomerulus, okay, where it comes, that is urea, it where it is containing urea containing blood, and where it comes, that is in this glomerulus, and here the filtration work is done through the capillaries. Understood? And urea and the other similar substances are separated from it. Okay, from the capillaries. Of what happened, the filtration it is done by the capillaries which is present in the Bowman's capsule, and then urea as well as other substance it gets separated. Okay, now see, water molecules and small molecules, suppose now in this what happened, water molecules are present, some other small molecules are also present in this, so they are separated, can cross the semi-permeable membrane of the Bowman's capsule. Means because this Bowman's capsule it is semi-permeable membrane, therefore the water water molecules as well as the small molecules of other substance that is removed. Okay, it is removed from the semi-permeable membrane. Then the solution accumulated in the cavity, whatever the solution it is left behind in the cavity of the Bowman's capsule. So what happened, that is they pass through the tubular part of the nephron. Okay, this is the tubular part. So the remaining part, the remaining substances that is pass through the tubular part of the Bowman's capsule and tubular part of the nephron. Here molecules of water, means in this tubular part, in this waste material also, if there is some amount of the water or the useful substances, that is also absorbed into the blood. Understood? So that is reabsorbed into the blood. Now urine is formed from the remaining solution, and whatever the left amount, okay, from that what is formed? Urine is formed. Urine is formed from the left remaining solution, which is full of waste material. Means then in this urine, the waste material, only the waste material are present. So this urine then it is carried out by what? That is the ureters. Okay, the urine, whatever the left amount of the urine which contains the waste material, so that urine it is carried, or it is carried by the ureters into the urethra. Understand? And passes into the urethra. So urethra and stored in the urinary bladder. Where this urine it is stored, that is in the urinary bladder. This is the urinary bladder. So here first the urine is collected, and then through that it is given out, that is through the urethra it is passed out. Okay, see now, afterward urine is given out through the urethra. The urinary bladder is muscular. How is the urinary bladder? It is muscular, and therefore it is controlled by the nerves. Okay, this urinary bladder it is muscular. Okay, and therefore it is controlled by the nerves. Very followed it. It is controlled by the nerves. Hence, we are able to keep a control on urination. Understood? Means what happened? We can keep the control on the urine. Though the kidney are the main organs of the excretion in human being, the skin and lungs also help in the process of excretion. Means you know very well, that is whatever this excretory system, it is carried out by the kidney. This it plays a very important role for the excretion. But instead of that, lungs and skin and lungs, this also plays a very important role in the excretion. Understood? Now see, the right kidney. The right kidney is slightly lower position than the left. Here you can see this right kidney, it is somewhat, what happened, it is somewhat at the lower side than the left kidney. Understood? Each kidney has approximately 10 lakhs nephron. What happened? Each kidney, how many nephrons are present? 10 lakhs of nephron are present. Approximately 10 lakhs of nephron it is present in each kidney. In objective the question can be asked. Okay, from that what happened, 5 liters of the blood which is present in the normal healthy person's body filtered by the kidney. Okay, how many? Approximately 5 liters of the blood. Okay, 5 liters of the blood in which human being it is present, that is the healthy person's body, and that can be filtered by the kidney. About 400 times, means 500 liters of the blood can be filtered by the kidney about 400 times every day. Understood? So this point you remember it, it is important. Now thus every day the kidney filter about 190 liters of blood. Thus every day the kidney filter about 190 liters of blood, from which about 1 to 1.9 liters of urine is formed. Means when the kidney, every day when the kidney will filter 190 liters of blood, so from that 1 to 1 liters of what is present, that is urine is formed. Understood? And then the remaining liquid it is reabsorbed. Read this lesson, and then whatever the important point, that you underline it, because for the objective that point is very, very important. Thank you very much.